Well, hey there. How's it going? I know it's going great, isn't it? If it's not, I hope it does. I send my love, send my light, send my good energies. Keep the good vibes up. Hey, thanks for clicking. This is Gut Instincts Podcast. I'm RJ. It's my podcast. We're going to talk about something pretty important to me right now in about a minute or so, or in a few minutes. And it's ayahuasca. Yeah, we're going to talk about ayahuasca. Before we get into it, into the story, into my story, if any of you didn't know that I went on a retreat, a lengthy retreat, not, and the total trip was a lot longer than the actual retreat itself, but it was 14 days in the jungle in northern Peru, near the Amazonian, near the edge of the Amazonian rainforest. I went to work with shamans and other healers. It was absolutely life-altering. And as a result, you're hearing my voice right now. One of the things is just transforming my life, and here I am talking to you guys. So, thanks again for hanging out and talking, or not talking, but listening to my podcast, tuning in with your earlobes, with your energetic senses, your resonance. If you probably can hear that, you're probably used to it by now if you've already heard a few episodes. This is a special time. This is a special moment. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to roll one up every single episode, but if you know me, then you know I'm a very passionate cannabis advocate, smoker, educator, cultivar, lover of planet Earth, all things plants, plant-based. You get it, right? Do you get it? Okay. Today has been pretty crazy and quite amazing, full of all sorts of twists and turns, repetitive numbers, and that's what successful people talk about when they say they're always busy and they never stop working. Because what they have transformed work into is love of life, love of what they're doing. Okay? So when you begin to embody, and not just like a new job and that's it, I mean like legitimately embody a new you in a sense, or the energetic version of yourself that you'd love to embody, then what comes after that is abundance. Abundance not just in the form of love, but in the form of wellness and well-being. And right now, well-being means money, right? I mean, it means well off. It means being able to pay what you need to pay for. It means being able to go and buy the fruit that I just went in and did. And then that's what I mean. You have to have gratitude for this stuff. And for a while there, I was calling money the devil, like, well, because it's pretty evil. It's the root of the evilness. But really, it's not it itself. It's just what we envision it as. Because remember, behind money, there's just people. Money doesn't do anything. It's just a figure of our imagination. It's there, but it's the energy behind it, right? Is like, it's energy. It's somebody, it's saying that I got this because of the energy that I've done somewhere else. And hey, remember, energy is not really, it doesn't mean physical. Like it's not measured in the form of physical. Oh, I put in 50, 80. Like when you start to measure it in the form of physical, that's when you start to really lower yourself in the form of like density, and it starts to get hard on you, and you start, you look for harder jobs and such, right? And of course, there are some of us who would like to be more physical than others, and that's wonderful, right? Not everyone is like a small stature, and that's what we're all here to be. We're all here to embody our own energetic essence, right? So, what I'm saying, guys and gals, is you just want to embody who you are or what you would like to be, and then know that what's on its way is abundance, money, right? Payday, baby. No, seriously though. It's not about the money. It's about your well-being. It's about how you treat every single moment, right? I mean, you have everything you need right now. You have the breath going in and out. You have your heartbeat beating. You have your blood doing its thing, and your body filtering everything. I mean, this is stuff that you're not doing. All you have to do is love yourself, love what's going on, and just keep your mind at where you want to go. All right, what you want to, at the ideas that you want to achieve. Anyways, I rambled a little bit on there. Obviously, if you've heard this podcast before, then you'd know I do that. But yeah, so this episode is about ayahuasca and the story of ayahuasca, and I'm not going to tell you everything. That's my stuff. Maybe I'll share it in another time, but I'm just going to share with you the broad ideas of some stuff that I've gotten from. I hate the word stuff. Sorry. Just what I got out of it, or am still getting out of it. Because remember, friends, when you go and see Mother Aya and she goes inside, you live with her from then on. That's what I mean when, these people aren't making this stuff up when they say that ayahuasca, a ceremony, or a few have altered their lives in the point where, people have completely, they were able to stop addiction, they're able to stop depression, they're able to, or reverse, whatever you want to call it, like, they're able to do this stuff. And why? Because it's all in our minds, essentially, and we just need to go in and figure it out ourselves. The only people who can do that is ourselves. But the shaman, they grow up their whole lives learning the energetic essence of the realm that we cannot see and we cannot feel. The shaman can feel and see things and alter your spirit being, because it's he or she is resonating on that level, and that gives them that ability. Okay, so yeah, ayahuasca. I went to South America, my friends. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that story? I didn't have a passport when I booked the flight. Nope. Here we go. Gut Instincts Podcast. Light it up for me. Send the love. Send the light. Alrighty. I don't know why I said that, alrighty. I never say alrighty. So, of course, if you're not indulging in your own joint, this one is for you as well. If you've never rolled a joint, or you're looking to figure out how, I will have a video up soon on my YouTube. I'm working on it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun, but anyways, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have a video of rolling 101 with raw rolling papers. Okay, if you need those, the link's in my website, rjmartins.com. Do it for me. Save your health, do it for yourself. Anyways, so we're gonna get to the story, right? I've come across ayahuasca previously in my consciousness when I was out in California, and it was this wonderful woman, and she tempted me at trying it out and said that they were getting ready to do a group session, and there was no shaman, but there was some younger people and a couple older people. Right off the bat, didn't really seem up to it. Okay. Although she was cool. I was thinking about it, and I've done my research about DMT. I've done my research about ayahuasca. I know what it is. If you guys don't know what it is, by the way, it's an ayahuasca. It's a vine. It's a wonderful, beautiful... Oh my gosh. Let me do this first. I went to the most wonderful place called the Garden of Peace, or El Jardín de Paz, right? The Garden of Peace. I'll have a link below for them. And if you could, if you have it, if it resonates with you in your heart, go ahead and check out their website. They're running a GoFundMe campaign. They're raising some funds so we can pick up the plot next door and plant 1,000 ayahuasca vines. Okay, so these trees, these vines take 5 years, I believe, minimum. Don't quote me on some of this stuff. I think it's about 5 years before you're even able to use it. Now, remember, these trees need to be planted with love. They need to be planted with a shaman in mind that's going to work with the spirit of the plants as they grow. Some of you cannabis growers may actually resonate with this and know that your plants resonate with you. And plenty of farmers and growers I know will tell me they can feel their essence from their plants, right? Because they are alive. Okay. So now that we've established that, if you could, in your heart, whatever, $5 or anything you can, help them out, go to their GoFundMe page. That'd be wonderful. Huge shout out and much love, much positive energies to Ashley and Laura and Tristan and Hegner, and just all the wonderful, beautiful souls over there at the Garden of Peace. If any of you are looking to go on a retreat to Peru and experience the healing of Mother Ayahuasca, and you want to be safe and know that you're going to be taken care of, definitely check out their website. I'm just telling you this because literally this is the story that I'm gonna give you my experience and how truly life changing it was. Okay, so we'll get into it. I dismissed the idea of doing ayahuasca, and I even watched documentaries prior, and I know what it's all about. And I've just been sort of waiting for the universe to tell me when. And I came across this website and the Garden of Peace website, and I just resonated with the idea of how they ran it, and that's it. I just booked it. Right? You thought it was going to be a better story. No, I mean, what better is that? What better can it be? I mean, it came across prior, and I didn't really feel it. But for some reason, the website came across my computer, and I clicked it, and that's it. And I was ready to rock. And there I was, without a passport, and I was like, well, I'm going to have to do that now. Gonna have to buy a sleeping bag, right? A backpack. So I went to South America and I booked my flight and I took off and I went to Peru. And as I was driving up to their little center, and we stopped to get a coconut for some coconut water, I began to just smile. Because for many years, I've had this idea of going to South America, and I had no idea where. I just always had it as a vision. And I didn't even know why, but I kept it as a vision. And I think it was right then and there that I realized like something was up, because I felt as though that experience was already lived. Like I experienced that, and basically all I had to do was be there at that moment in time. So it was such a relief internally. Like it was like a guaranteed situation that happened, right? Sort of in a sense of a deja vu in a sense. Although I'll be honest, deja vu is a different subject. I've felt that differently. So it was quite astonishing, the feeling already going there, and we you spend your time there in solitude in the jungle, and it's quite astonishing. It's quite amazing, because if you don't realize that everything is consciousness, then you may get very sort of antsy, and that's kind of what was going down when I was doing it, because this is what I mean. My spiritual enlightenment, or the spiritual wave of healing, unlocked after I experienced my third ayahuasca session. The first ayahuasca session was rough. I experienced a lot of old thoughts and ideas that came up, but they were more as though they just showed up. It was interesting. And it wasn't until the last that I was able to seal everything into perspective and close past ideas, or just I can't explain it. I mean, it's unexplainable with human words, but the best I can do is sort of old ideas and thoughts that you thought weren't there or weren't bothering you, that are. That just show up. So ayahuasca was sort of let me acknowledge these past and present, absolutely all of it. And so here's the other thing about ayahuasca is you're completely conscious when you're under Mother Ayahuasca's arm, or in her arms, if you will. And what I mean by that is when you're laying there, you're able to consciously say, I'm laying down and I'm under, I'm in the jungle and I'm safe and I'm under this wonderful guidance, and the bathroom is not very far away, and the water is right next to you, and the bucket, in case you're not feeling well, is next to you as well. All this is you're aware of this the whole time, and it's all calming, and it's all quite unbelievable, if you will. But what happens is you're able to disconnect from that and go into an aspect of your of your dimensional being that I think you're not quite able to resonate unless you're under the care of Mother Ayahuasca, right? And ayahuasca, here's why ayahuasca is so different than the rest, than DMT that you smoke or whatever. Any of that is because there's also, I think, another indigenous brew that there's probably many, right? I'll say there's many, but ayahuasca is the vine of a plant that is chopped up and. All right, we're back. Something happened. That's all I'm saying. Something happened. All right. So what I'm saying is the ayahuasca is prepared by the shamans, and it takes all day to steep the brew together with the prepared ayahuasca bark and the leaves of the chacruna. Now, the DMT is actually within the leaves of the chacruna. I think I'm saying that right. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Okay. They're prepared together under sacred energy, and they're administered. And remember, the shaman, when you get there, when I got there, the shaman will size you up, if you will. He will read your energetic essence from top to bottom. You will take a tobacco purge. It's actually it's amazing. You begin the journey to altering the sense of your being into love by stripping down what was and accepting what is. I don't know if that made any sense to you. Hopefully it did. On that note, I gotta admit, my favorite part about wonderfully grown medicine and specifically cured correctly, is that it smokes and pulls so slow, especially, in these wonderful papers. They just sort of Yeah. What I mean is I'm lighting up again, is what I mean. So I hope you're lighting up. If not, I send my love to you while you hang out with me on my podcast, Gut Instincts, right? And hopefully this is entertaining, and hopefully my voice, I don't know. I don't want to say soothes you, because it's a little strange, I guess, because we don't know each other like that. Or maybe we do. But just hopefully it resonates with you, right? And you're like, hey, you know what? I could listen to him chat for another 20 minutes or half hour or whatever. All right. So, the Garden of Peace. I'm in my casita, and I'm writing, and I'm writing, and I'm meditating. And I'm not even doing this like I am now. I'm even... This is before I even knew what I was doing, so I wasn't even doing really yoga. I was trying, not, I don't know. I mean, I still try. I'm not that really good, but I do what I do, and I gotta say, I feel wonderful when I do, right? Which is why it's very important. Just keep flexible. I mean, even if you're not into the quote-unquote yoga type situation, just flex every day. Do some stretching. Do some union. That's what yoga stands for, union, I think. Pretty sure. That's what I keep hearing. Union within the mind, body, and soul. I'm telling you, after I do, like, multiple sessions of yoga, or, like, every other day, or keep up with it, wow, I feel like you can literally feel your consciousness up higher, where your body's kind of just flowing. And I mean, I don't mean like, oh, well, I'm not fit to be doing that. I mean, just do what you can. As I always I always do what I can. Even if I'm tight and not feeling right, I just do what I can. No biggie. We're all human beings. Most of us. Well, hopefully those who are resonating listen to this. There might be some who aren't. I don't know. I don't know how deep it goes, my friends. If you know, let me know. That's why we're here, though. To use our guts. So, yeah. I don't want to get too deep into the ayahuasca sessions or anything like that. I think it's an experience that one should experience themselves. I can tell you I got an unbelievable amount from them, and each time is completely different. And I do recommend going to somewhere safe, which is why I recommend you check out the Garden of Peace. And I also recommend you take the dieta seriously, because remember, everything that you eat energetically turns or forms itself into your body, and your body is always replenishing. So it's really just your mind, your thoughts that keep moving, and you're not even your mind, your thoughts. So you're not your body, your physical body. You're not your mind, your thoughts. What are you? Shout out to Deepak Chopra, right? or Eckhart Tolle. You are just the being, the essence. So you want to just take that seriously and just go with it. And I can tell you from deep in my heart that I did. And why? You don't have to go as crazy as I do. I mean, I usually go to the extreme on this stuff. You know what I mean? I always am like, oh, okay, is that how you do it? Well, I'm going to do it and put my spin on it, and it's a little more extreme. And then test that out. And then I'll go to what you said. I know. Sometimes I gotta chill. That's why I gotta light up. You know, that's the other thing, too. Certain medications, some will actually... You know, the effects really do vary, and we're not even going to be able to pinpoint them until we have specifics. Wow, I didn't realize how beautiful this nugget is. That's why I'm rambling on, staring at it. No, but what I mean is you have to just be aware and be there and know that if you're going on, even if it's not an ayahuasca outing, even if it's like, I'm just going to Mexico for a week on a vacation, that's awesome too. You know what I mean? Don't go on a vacation, a consumer vacation. Go on a vacation retreat. Like, go away. Go somewhere that's not the standard or something. I whatever resonates with you. You know what I mean? That's what I had. I didn't have to do anything, but that's what my soul, right? It's going through. And this is what my soul's going through right now. It's going through sharing these experiences with you as I grow and as I find out truly who to embody or what to embody, I guess. Well, I know what to embody, but this is now this is when I light and stop talking. So the dieta is 14 days. Yeah, 14 days, I believe. No sex, my friends. No masturbation. Deal with it. Even if you have a spouse or whatever. You know, that is extremely energetic. That's why some of the very, very smart people, I think, avoided sexual conductivity. It's literally the exchange of creation. It is creation. So if you can hone in that energetic essence and expel it into the creativity that is the physical that you're embodying, that's when you're able to really create things that you may be pretty blown away about. Now, I'm not saying like go and stop doing what you're doing. Like, you can, everything is cool, moderation. And of course, like, if you're with someone and you love them, that's the whole point. Is like when you're union like that, you're creating something unbelievable. So make sure like your thoughts are amazing and make all that. Now I'm getting weird. Now I'm telling you anyways. No red meat, chili. I don't know. I think it was like spicy stuff. You have to look it up. But I definitely recommend it. And be humble and be accepting and know that you're gonna go through a lot. It's not fun. It's not like, yeah, gonna go do ayahuasca 3 hours. Woo! Ayahuasca! I mean, she will give you the most pleasant experience if you'd like. It's all up to you. It's all in your mind. Just as is everything else. So, on that note, it changed my world, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying ayahuasca altered my senses, my consciousness, and it truly was a way to shift towards a person who is more embodying love and light and accepting for everything in their life and everything that's happened till now, and having the knowledge that everything is taken care of and everything is abundant. And it just honestly opens up doors to a life that you may or may not have known existed. How's that? How did that sound? Was that compelling? Did that make you want to go take ayahuasca? No, I'm not telling you to go take ayahuasca or anything like that. Gosh. I'm just explaining to you my experience. And I'm sharing it with you. And there are many people who probably are listening to this. Maybe who've taken ayahuasca. Maybe there are some who've listening to this who take ayahuasca many of times. Um, Also, I wasn't any sort of psychedelic, um, psychedelic head growing up. I didn't take all sorts of acid or anything like that. Uh, I'd say Mother Ayahuasca was the most intense experience that out of the few experiences that I've endured, and I gotta say, it was life altering, and it's truly divine. It's truly divine to know that the only way that this brew can become activated to the point where we're able to digest it or absorb it in our gut is by a human being knowing what two plants to take from a thousands of varieties and prepare them in such a way as simple as brewing them in water. This is knowledge that's been passed on for longer than we even realize. Our history is completely different than what we expect it to be. I'm thinking humans are either hundreds of thousands or a couple million years old, 1.5, something like that. I don't know. Maybe you know. Maybe you're a spirit from the higher realms. Maybe you're listening to me laughing. Ha. Right? But what I mean is, we're divine. We create our own realities. We are the highest self. You can just know that there's a creator of the universe, in a sense that you are a part of that. But in a second layer of things, you're part of a network that's experiencing a certain aspect and realm of a certain point in the universal existence. So anything that you're embodying, this is what I'm getting at. You're like, what is he saying? This is what I'm getting at. Anything that you're embodying is correct. Anything that happens is correct. Anything... so like, although you don't want it, you're like, okay, here's an example. I talked to this girl the other week, and she tells me that I was talking about my diet shift and going grain-free, and how I'm back into grain-free, right? That's a whole other thing we'll talk about. Now, she said she attempted and tried to lose weight for, I think, a couple years, right? Going to the gym, trying to lose weight. The same old story. I never had that problem. I wish I had that problem, I'll be honest. I've always been... It's always been a problem to keep weight on this one. Okay. But that's a wonderful experience, I could think, and it makes me appreciate what's happening. She told me that it wasn't until she accepted and stopped thinking about wanting to lose weight that her weight actually began to lower. And didn't lower as much as she wished, but it leveled off and she became healthier and happier. Moral of the story, it's in your mind. Accept where you're at now, you'll get to where you want to be that much quicker. Wow. Holy shit. I'm going to light up to that. Was that A divider, what? That's all coming from you. That's not coming from me. I hope you know that. So blessings with much love for everyone is tuning in right now. Thanks for putting your earlobes to the earwaves. Earwaves? Airwaves. Airwaves. Speaking of ears, I got like longer hair, you know? I don't know if you know that, but I have longer hair, and I don't know if your girls get this. The tickling in your ear. What the? It's like there's bugs always climbing in there. I try not to think about it. Well, I don't think about it, but sometimes I'm just laying there and I'm like, kind of like picking at, like, I don't know. It's freaky. It's freaky, man. It's not freaky, but it feels like bugs. Anyways, so yeah. That's it. And you know what? And that was a huge shift for me. And that's what I mean. It's like when you accept. It's not until you finally accept the circumstances or who you are, or what you are, what you're feeling, all that. It's not until you do that, then the meditation and the thoughts towards what you'd like to embody need to follow. So it's like clearing your slate and keeping it exactly what you'd like. There you have it, folks. Ayahuasca. I don't know if I got into it as you thought I'd get into it, or you thought it was going to be some sort of crazy divine story. I mean, I think it's a pretty awesome story. It's longer. I mean, there's a lot to it. It's a longer. I took the trip for over a month to Peru. So I'm not giving you it all. I can't do that. I'd be up, down, left, right. You'd be like, I can't do it anymore. His voice. Hopefully you're not like that. Hopefully my voice is getting a little tolerable, and maybe you're resonating with it. Maybe you're like, hey, you know what? I kind of like it. It's kind of nice. Sometimes he soothes the earlobes, and others he sort of gets at it. I don't know. One tip I'm going to tell you, though, if any of you have a roller tray, don't blow the roller tray inadvertently while there's medicine on it. It's going to blow all over the place. Now that sounds like a silly tip, but I can tell you right now, if you're like me and you're like, hey, it's a little piece of ash, and instead of knowing that the ash is going to explode if you touch it, you're like, let me just blow on it, and then your whole entire next joint of medicine goes flying, goes into the bed area with on the pillow, on the ground, and when it's on the ground, I'm not going to grab that anymore. Full of fluff. So that's it. That's ayahuasca. I wanted this episode to be very, very special. I wanted to give a special shout out to the Garden of Peace. They the wonderful souls there seriously altered my reality in the form of so much love and abundance. I can't even explain it. I can't put it into words. At the end of the time there, they have this wonderful book that has all this these beautiful words that these people have said and put in there, and I'm just like, I write like 2 sentences. I don't even remember what I wrote. I can't put it into words. I can't. And I hope that this episode resonates and shows how much love for Mother Ayahuasca I have, and all plants in the jungle, and how important it is to help preserve our rainforest. We got to stop, right? This is what it's all about. This is actually consciousness breaking down in our reality. If you guys want to go deeper, the Dakota Access Pipeline, the breaking down of the politics, the breaking down of the corporations, the lies, the toxins being displayed, all of that is all this large, broadened shift. But it's up to us to embody love and say, okay, now we're going to say, oh, now I'm going to donate to places like the Garden of Peace to start those 1,000. And you know what? And in Friends, I'm hoping to get there for that time. So, and I promise you, if I get there, you're coming along, and I'll make sure that I share lots of experiences with all of you, bring you all along through this journey, because I do believe this, having access to this medicine, is extremely important, and especially preserving the ideals and the cultures within the Amazonian jungles, and preserving the essence of humanity that we need to transform us, those of us who have gone so far not back, but transform into a more positive embodiment of humanity. Okay? That's what I mean. And you know what? They're so close to the end, and I'm gonna so I know we'll have it. I just wanted to send the love and let you guys know. If you want more information, contact me. I'll talk you through it. You can ask me anything you'd like. I'd love to share it with you. And I guess that's it. That's it, people. Look at that. It's perfect. And I'd like to say anything is perfect. You're perfect. So keep shining, you perfect, lovely being. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to check out rjmartins.com. I love you. Question everything. Wait, I can't leave you hanging like that. Hold on. I had... Did I tell you I'm making a video, so it's gonna be rolling 101. So if you want to know how to roll, keep an eye out for that. I finally got my guitar back out of the car, or out of the van. It's quite wonderful. This one's nice and tuned. Gut Instincts Podcast. Check out the website. Wait, you're on the website. Wait, no, you could be on YouTube. I don't know what I'm talking about. I love you! Peace!